Ever wondered why you think the way you do, or how small quirks in your personality reveal so much about who you are? Today, we're going to dive into the mind-bending world of psychology with facts that might just change the way you see yourself. Stick around because you're about to discover what really drives your behavior, and some of these might hit closer to home than you'd think. Brain Boost presents Psychology. Facts that will change the way you see yourself. That's interesting because your brain actually hides information from you. This is called selective attention, and it explains to us why we may sometimes miss the most obvious detail that is right in front of our eyes. For example, the last time that you could not find your phone, it probably lay right in front of you, but your brain would not notice it. This is because your brain always tries to avoid information overload. Selective attention allows you to filter out unimportant details so that you can focus on what your brain deems relevant. But sometimes, that filtering system hides things you need to see. The next time you lose something, take a deep breath and try to focus without judgment. You might just find that what you're looking for is right in front of your eyes. Many people today believe that their personality sets in at one point in time, the age of 21 typically being cited. However, the truth is that your personality is changing all the time. In fact, studies have proven that people change in personality, especially with openness, agreeableness, and even introversion or extroversion. Your career, relationships, and major life events all shape who you are. For instance, most people become more conscientious as they age, and some even become more easygoing. If you feel you're evolving or even becoming a new you over time, embrace it. Personality isn't as fixed as we think, and changing can often mean growth. Ever felt like everyone is watching you when you spill coffee on your shirt? That's actually a psychological phenomenon called the spotlight effect. The spotlight effect is when we overestimate how much others are focusing on us. Imagine spilling coffee on your shirt before a meeting. You may think that everyone is staring at you, but research suggests that most people tend not to notice even when you are obsessing over them noticing. They have enough on their own plates. Knowing the spotlight effect helps manage social anxiety and makes you feel a little more comfortable. Next time you think everyone is staring, remember, you aren't the center of everyone else's universe. You are, after all, too busy being the center of yours. Why do we tend to remember embarrassing or painful memories better than the good times? That's because of an element of psychological mechanism commonly called the negativity bias. The negativity bias is a protective survival mechanism that has occurred for us to remember certain dangers. It is naturally similar to a warning alarm, which prevents us from revisiting the same mistakes time and again. But in a life today, this attitude might make you put a lot of thought into bad memories, which can bring about stress or even anxiety. If you get a feeling that you keep reenacting a bad memory, try to focus more on the good times of your life to balance you back out. After all, your brain is just protecting you, but you are going to have to nudge it toward a much healthier balance. Do you ever feel mentally drained after a day filled with decisions? That's something called decision fatigue. And it affects all of us, often more than we realize. Every little single decision is drawing a wee amount of mental power out of you. You won't probably understand this at the moment, but picking what clothes to put on, what to have for breakfast, or how to reply to that email is a way you are silently draining your strength in decision-making. By the time you realize it, determining what's for dinner or which program to watch may have become incredibly hard by the end of the day. When decision fatigue sets in, we tend to take mental shortcuts, hence making impulsive or not so thoughtful decisions. This is one of the reasons that people like comfort food more in the evening or come back to habits that take little or no effort to do. So, how can one protect himself from decision fatigue? One strategy is the routine or default options for everyday choices. For example, creating a work uniform might be achieved by a rotation of a few favorite outfits to avoid having to choose something each morning. One may also designate certain nights of the week to be eaten on specific meals. No more constant decision on what is for dinner. Another suggestion is to reserve your best decisions for the beginning of the day when your mental energy is at its strongest. Consider that your mental energy is a battery charged to full strength in the morning and gradually drained by each decision you make. Therefore, You will use most of your best decision-making juice if you make your most significant decisions at the start of the day. This one is really powerful. It's called the Pygmalion effect. This principle says that our expectations shape our reality. Researchers have found that when people believe they can achieve something, they are more likely to succeed. When you expect positive results, your brain actually helps you accomplish them by focusing on opportunities and solutions. Low expectations can sabotage your efforts. It shows us how the Pygmalion effect helps us realize that a belief in our self-worth is far from simple positive thinking. Instead, it's a science-proven means of self-improvement. So, raise the bar and see what your mind can work for you. Do you ever feel a bit restless when there's something left undone? That's the Zygarnik effect. This psychological effect is the reason why your brain holds on to incomplete tasks and reminds you of them from time to time. This is the way of the brain's nudging so that you can gain closure. The Zygarnik effect can be useful at times, helping you keep in mind what you want to do. But if you have too many unfinished tasks on your plate, try breaking them down. Completing an even small part may provide your brain with closure so that you feel a bit more relaxed and in control. One more interesting fact. Did you know that practicing gratitude can actually change your brain? Studies have shown that gratitude activates the dopamine and serotonin centers in the brain, which are associated with happiness. It will train your brain to find more of the good stuff in life and reduce your stress levels while improving overall well-being. You don't need to make dramatic changes. Even writing down 3 things you are grateful for each day can start to rewire your brain over time to be a little more positive. If you are looking for something easy to do to make yourself feel better and stronger, well, practicing gratitude is scientifically proven to do that. All things for today's deep dive into some psychological facts, which will make you see the world in a new way. Which one of the stories resonated with you most? Do let us know in the comments. Do like if you liked it, and subscribe to Brain Boost for more such stuff. Thank you for watching, and remember, know your mind, know your future. See you next time in another video.